To make a hot air balloon, you can use a black Crayola marker, or if you wanted to use your Sharpie, you could. But I'm going to use marker to draw it. If you'd like to draw it in pencil first, you may, and then go over your lines in marker. So we're going to do a hot air balloon in the sky, and we're going to use some marker and crayons to finish our artwork. So I'm going to take my marker, and I'm going to start by making the rounded shape of that hot air balloon. I'm going to start over on one side, and I'm going to round it over, but I'm not going to connect it. I don't want to make a circle. And then I can come down just a little bit on each side and then connect at the bottom. Now I can start to divide my hot air balloon into spaces. I want to create spaces to add color. Hot air balloons are usually very colorful. So I'm going to first come to the center and do a line that curves down. And I'm going to do a line that curves the other way. I could leave it like that, or I could put one more line down the middle. Now I'm going to do lines going the opposite way to create even more spaces. And these lines could be straight, or they could have, curve to them. I think I'm going to do a curving line. So I'm going to curve here, here. So I'm doing like little U's. I might do another one here. And I might do one more. Before I move on to add color, I need to finish off my hot air balloon by adding the strings and basket hanging from the bottom. So I'm going to first make my basket, which is going to be almost sort of like a square or rectangle shape. So I'm going to come down here, 2 on the side, and then connect it. If I want my basket to have a texture or a design, I can add that. Maybe even just by doing some lines across. And then I'm going to draw the lines, the straight lines that connect the hot air balloon to the basket. I could leave it like that. I could add a third line, or I could add, 2 on each side. Either way is fine. Now I can start adding color with my crayons. I want my basket to probably be brown, and then I want my hot air balloon to be very, very colorful, all different colors. So I'm going to start by just doing my brown. I could always overlap my brown with a yellow or an orange just to kind of alter the color of my basket a little bit. Maybe make it a little bit more interesting to look at. So it's not just a flat brown, and I might do that. I might add a little bit of yellow into my basket. I like to overlap my crayons because it just makes it more interesting and fills in those spaces even more. And now I can do all the colors. So each space, so every time that I've connected lines, I've created an enclosed space or a new shape. And in each shape, I can put a different color. So I can come in here, and depending on how dark or light I push will show how dark or light my crayon is. So I'm gonna push kind of dark, I think, because I want my hot air balloon to have the bold, bright color versus going light. I'm gonna do another color, and I'm just gonna randomly choose my colors. I can think about which ones I like next to each other, but my goal is just to fill this all in. Okay, I'm gonna keep working on that and then I'll meet you back here. To finish off our hot air balloon, I might go ahead and start working on my background. As you can see, I have added in a different color in each space. I've tried to color bold and bright and make a colorful hot air balloon. Now, if you have a crayon without a wrapper, you can kind of gently do a rubbing with your crayon to gently kind of fill in that space. This way it doesn't really dirty if it accidentally gets on our colors. It's so light it doesn't really leave too much mark on the lines and colors that we've already made. So that kind of is filling in, oops, that background space. And if I wanted to, I could even add some clouds in the sky. Whether I did that with marker or crayon, that's up to you. Maybe I will use my my marker, and then fill in with some crayon. So I could do gray, or I could do blue for my clouds. Let's see. I think I'll go ahead and do a straight line across the bottom, and then do kind of a poofy line there. Maybe I'll put one here. Doing those U's again. Maybe have one coming in the side of the page over here. Like that. And now I can add some color to those with my crayons. I could do grays, I could do blues. It's totally up to me. Maybe I do a combination of both if I wanted to, gray and blue. Put some blue inside of that. Maybe this one I'll do more blue and less gray. See what color I make. So we've really used a lot of line and color in this artwork. We've done straight lines, we've done waving, curving lines. We have created those spaces to put in those different varying colors. Okay, and I just have one more cloud to do. There we go. Now I have a finished hot air balloon floating in the sky.